Well, hey, everybody. It's Brian from Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure. I have an interesting stream tonight. Everybody should have some goals for at the start of the year. We typically would refer to these as New Year's resolutions, but that is just a cop out. Is nobody, and I mean nobody, keeps those New Year's resolutions. You make one on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and you end up breaking it on January 2nd. That's not doable. So what we're going to talk about are not New Year's resolutions because those don't mean a hill of beans. What we're going to talk about is something that we can keep ourselves accountable for, and that is goals. We can talk about short-term goals, personal and short-term goals, YouTube, and long-term goals, personal and long-term goals for YouTube. So, with that said, let me bring on my first couple of guests here. Let me bring on our first couple of guests here. We got Jessica Disney.
Hi,
Hey, Jess.
everyone.
Welcome on. And we have the incomparable, the absolutely amazing Debbie Bernfeld.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Debbie, welcome in. And now, everybody has gone through the whole New Year's resolution thing of, I got to lose weight. I need to stop drinking. I need to do this. I need to do that. And how many of you have made a New Year's resolution like that and broken it day two? Right? Raise your hand if you've done that. Right? Yeah, I know.
Well, actually, before New Year's Eve, we drop off our dog at our grandparents' house because my dog doesn't like fireworks, and we were going to my dad's friend's house to watch fireworks. And I got to try a sip of champagne, and I didn't really like it.
Well, that's quite all right. I don't like drinking myself. It's not the
I'm
alcohol
baby
I don't
steps with the drinking. I mean,
Yeah.
I tried tequila when I went on a cruise, didn't like it. And then I tried champagne and I didn't like it.
Yeah, so maybe alcohol's not for you, which is a good thing. And let me welcome
Brian, how dare you?
Hey, alcohol is not for everybody. I don't drink myself.
I don't drink.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, now let's see who we have in chat here. We have, looks like Mandy Adams. Absolutely love Mandy. She's a total sweetheart.
Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
And yes, I think we're all trying to save money for Disney World because, after all, And of course, everybody's favorite leg man, Dean the Turkey Legster. I think his goal for the year should be to cut back on turkey legs, although I don't think he's ever going to do that. And of course, I have our lovely guest here, Jess. And we have Jonathan Mays. Welcome in, Jonathan. Good to see you there, my friend. And, Sandy, our favorite bird keeper. As we all know, the birds are well 24/7, right? Okay, and of course, we also have Chris from Addie Family Adventures. I've thrown out an invite to him if he wants to join us. And it looks like, Catherine Wilby, one of our good friends.
What's Catherine?
Hey, Kay, welcome
I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. Kay Wilby, she finally...
This whole time, because I seen him in chat a bunch of times, I've been calling him Kay. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's Catherine Wilby. And we have Lori Jean Carlson, my friend from up north. She's an absolute total sweetheart. Big Disneyland fan. And of course, our other lovely guest here, Debbie Bernfeld. We absolutely love. And and of course, Dean says he wants to eat more turkey legs. You're going to be single-handedly responsible for the turkey leg shortage at Disney World. Okay, and so we have. Looks like that's just about everybody in chat. Now, Jess,
Yes.
what is your short term goal? An easy one that you know you can do.
My short-term goal is that when I'm done with college, after I graduate, because I only have 2 more years of college left,
Mm-hmm.
I want to move up to Orlando and work for Disney.
Good
Ah,
goal.
that is a noble goal to have.
That's
Is
very good.
working for Disney
Yeah. It was
until
very tough because back then I wanted to be a doctor and then I wanted to be a lawyer, but then it was going to be too hard, so I just
nah.
decided to pick the
It's
easiest one, which is Disney.
well to be fair, Disney is a great goal to have. It's always good to follow your dreams and shoot for the stars. The tricky thing. Oh, hold on. Looks like we have John Surfbum in here.
Hi, John.
Hey,
John, welcome
John.
in. Um, but the thing about Disney is you will learn a lot about customer service. And
Yeah,
Disney,
that I know because I'm going to be doing business. It was either between business or child education, but I
Mhm,
chose business other than child education
that's
because
that's a smart move. You can take that pretty much anywhere.
Yes.
yeah, it
Yes.
would be too complicated if I work with children 24/7.
Well, you wouldn't really be working with them 24/7, but with with a background in business and getting the experience and the training in customer service at Disney, you can take that combination anywhere in the world because there are companies that cherry pick people that had Disney experience on their resumes. So even if you go to, like, say, just your typical sales job, if you have anybody can teach you sales, but nobody can teach you customer service quite like Disney can. So if you have that on your resume, that is gold. That is absolute gold. That's something that companies will negotiate for. So that's a great goal to have.
Very good goal.
And Debbie, what is your short-term goal for 2023?
Uh, well, I've been continuing from last year. I'm trying to get through my apartment and clear out, shred old paperwork, just
Mm-hmm.
get clean out, which I haven't done in many years. So now it's all backed up and it needs to be worked on. So
Oh yeah, I completely understand. I'm kind of
yeah,
a
I
little
took a
bit.
little break. I was doing good, and then December hit, and then a couple things
Yep.
happened which made me stop, and now I have to get back onto it. I had to buy a new shredder though. My shredder machine decided to just break down on me, so I have to get a new shredder.
Oh yeah, get new clothes. Yeah, out with the old, in with the new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Now she's jumping the gun a little bit, but Mandy has a great goal here. Her long-term goal is to get to Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Nice.
I believe that any one of you East Coasters, any one of you people that have spent a lot of time going to Walt Disney World, you should make that one of your goals to get to Disneyland.
Right.
Why? Because Disney World has all the glitz, has all the it basically gets all the new toys from Disney, but Disneyland is the only park that you can safely say Walt Disney was here.
Right.
Can't say that about any other park in the company, right?
Right. Right.
So
Well, I haven't been to Disney World in like 20 years, so I want to get to Disney World first, and then I'll go to Disneyland.
hey, there you go. That's a good goal. I was actually in Disney World
That is a good goal.
not long ago,
Yep.
and I had a blast. Now, my short-term goal for early 2023. We all know that taxes are coming soon.
Oh
We're
boy.
going to be.
Oh,
I'll be
God.
filing my taxes probably at the end of January when I get my W-2. And what I'm planning on doing is right now I stream on an inexpensive Acer laptop.
Whoa.
It's not that bad. It's a great little starter computer. But my goal for 2023 with my tax refund is I'm going to build a desktop PC that I can not only stream from, but I can also edit the raw videos that I've taken over the past few years.
Good.
Hi,
And
Amy.
Hi, Amy.
and put them down into decent edited videos and actually learn how to edit. Hey, Chris, if you want to hop on, I sent you a link there. You're more than welcome. And hey, Amy, welcome in, my friend. Glad to see you here. Unfortunately, I was kind of bummed that I ended up missing you when you went to Disneyland, California. I really wanted to meet you over there, but that's quite all right. I was actually sitting out at downtown Disney while you were in the park. Pretty cool, huh? But yeah, that's gonna be my first goal. I already have some of the parts ready. In fact, I have one component sitting right here, right next to my computer. I have my memory, 32 gigabytes of DDR4.
Jeez.
Good.
And I have my SSD all ready to go. All I have to do is get the other components. I have storage. I have memory. Now I just need to get the CPU, the motherboard, cooling, the power supply, the case, and the graphics card, and I'll be good to go.
And then
So-
you have to set up the Wi-Fi and all that other stuff.
Oh, the motherboard I'm getting has internet built into it.
Oh, Mandy, that was my dog barking in the background. I'm sorry. I'm just wearing like crappy headphones because my other headphones are not working. I'm sorry, Mandy.
Amy, it's quite all right that you missed me. All that means is you got to come back, right? But my other long-term goal for 2023 is I would like to do a little bit more traveling. My father recently moved to Missouri. I'd love to get out there and visit him and see my Grammy that just turned 109 yesterday.
Wow.
Whoa. My grandma is 86.
Yeah, my Grammy just turned 109 yesterday.
Very nice.
Wow.
And the cool thing about her, she has all her marbles. So, which is absolutely amazing. She helped to build the space shuttle. And if she could write all of her experiences down in a book, it would be a massive bestseller because she's done so much. But I'd like to get back there to see my Grammy, see my dad, and spend a little time in other states and do a little bit of traveling. Yeah, I know, right, Sandy?
During spring break.
Yeah, that's amazing, huh? But yeah, and for the rest of 2023, I know, Jess, you're still in college.
Yes.
That's a good thing. By the way, how are your grades?
Good. I got a 97 because I did a PowerPoint presentation for my computer class and
Oh, good.
and I got no wait. I'm sorry, I got an 83 for the PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, that's fine.
Good.
Oh, and here we have another one of my good friends from the Midwest here, Chris.
Hi,
Daddy Family
Chris.
Adventures.
Hi, Chris.
Welcome in,
Hello.
my friend. Now, what we're talking about here are some goals we have set up for the coming year.
Oh yeah.
Now, I know your channel had a huge milestone fairly recently. Just hit over 1,000 subscribers.
I had
And
a bigger milestone towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had
Congratulations.
I had my first video hit 13,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great
Isn't
news.
that amazing?
But
And
as in goals for me, find a job.
find a job. Wait, what happened to the Postal Service?
I 6 days a week, and they just kept throwing more and more on me, and I could just feel the stress coming down on me hard, and I'm like, I can't take it anymore.
I'm so
So,
sorry.
Oh, you know, I totally understand.
That's
I'm in sales.
understandable.
I totally understand that level of stress.
yeah.
So, anybody out there that owns a business is looking for somebody that has a good head on his shoulders and is a hard worker, Chris is your man,
Yep.
right?
I'm gonna try my hand at DoorDash here a little while.
You know,
Last summer I was helping out at Walgreens and I didn't like one of the workers there. She was not nice to me at all.
You have that everywhere, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
trust
gonna-
me, I've been there, done that.
yeah, you're good. You're gonna run into people that just don't like other people. It's really sad.
Exactly.
Well, or it's they don't like themselves, so they like to make other people.
Yes,
Mhm.
I think
Yes.
they right.
Yeah,
Or
I
they,
100% agree
my
with
mom
that.
used to say, "Oh, they're just jealous." I go, "Jealous of what? What could they possibly be jealous of? I have nothing to be jealous about."
Yeah, Debbie, you want to know what they would be jealous of? You are not only very well loved in the community, you have a lot of people here that call you a friend.
Oh yeah.
But not only that, but you are also recently just got recognized by the whole community as one of the best things that comes in small packages, Tinkerbell.
Yes.
And of course, Chris, you ended up getting one of my favorite characters here. It's right behind us here. The Goof,
Oh yeah.
for your contributions to our protecting all of us at home,
Yes.
protecting our freedoms, and we all thank you for that.
Yeah.
I know there are those people who just arbitrarily say thank you for your service. You know, it's basically it sounds more like you're just repeating a script.
Right.
But honestly,
right.
we all mean it.
Well, I think when that happened, I heard a lot of people say they were floored by everything I'd done. But I was like, well, that's 20 years worth. So there's a lot to be done in 20
Right.
years.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so goal number one for Chris is get a job that doesn't stress him the heck out.
Well, I mean, I can handle a little bit I can handle stress. It's just when after, how do you want to say it? I was for a year and a half without missing a single day, working 6 days a week. It just,
It gets overwhelming. It's
yeah, it
overwhelming.
does.
Yeah.
It starts to affect your physical health and your mental health.
Yes.
So
Trust me. Yes.
Now, I know you're not very far away from one of the great roller coaster parks in the country, Kings Island, right?
yeah, it's like about an hour and 45 miles away.
Yeah, that might be a rough commute for you, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Plus, I think they only hire mostly college kids because I mean they're seasonal. So yeah,
What
Well,
about
yeah,
Publix? Maybe you could try Publix.
there's no Publix up here. in this
Publix
part
would
of
be a
the
good
United
fit for him
States.
because the closest Publix to Chris would be a few states away.
Yeah.
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 Or you can look for YouTube. You'll be able to make money there.
Well, what is it? Probably the closest thing we have up here to Publix is Kroger.
Right.
Mhm.
Mm.
And to be fair, Kroger, even though it's a great store, and I have one of Kroger's affiliates right down the street from me, Ralph's. Even though it's a great store, they're not going to be paying. It's not going to be a store that's going to be paying the bills.
No. I'm actually going to see if I can try and get on to where my sister works. She works at a glass factory.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
So, but
That's
it'll
some
be,
hot
but
work
I'll
there.
have to change up all my schedule because when you start out, it's swing shift.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, swing shift is typically you get in there at around 2 and you're getting off at around 11.
Well, no, swing shift means that you 1 week you could work days, the next
Right,
week
yeah,
you could work night,
exactly.
the next
Yeah.
week you work
That's what
I
did
did
when I first
swing
started
shift
working.
when I was helping out at Walgreens.
Yeah.
I was working there 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for about 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's just a part-time job though. I mean, Chris is looking for something like more.
Right, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I know, because when I started working at American Express, which is I worked for 36 years before they laid my department off. But yeah, when I first started, it was like working one day night shift, the next day first shift, or they'll call me. They call me in the morning. Oh, Deb, can you come in? I go, well, can I wake up first?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I
No,
even apply last year at a preschool, but I didn't get the job because when I called the person there, he said that they are looking for people who were working for full time, and if I would gotten the job, I would work there part of the time.
yeah, because since you're a student, you can't really take a full-time job.
I mean, right now, I think if I wanted to, I could fall back. I could go and substitute teach because I have enough college credits for that. But they only pay you $50 a day, so
which is not a whole hill of beans there.
No, but I mean, it's at least money coming in. So
yeah, true. Now, my job, I absolutely love it, but some people would say it would be the most stressful thing in the world. I basically do telemarketing.
Telemarketing.
I'm calling people from Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5:30 with an hour lunch.
9 to 5:30? That's not
9
bad.
to 5:30. Mm-hmm. And Fridays were 9 to 1. And then Saturdays were 9 to 4 with an hour lunch. That totals out to 40 hours through 6 days. And getting paid minimum wage, which in California is $15 or $15.50 an hour, plus any commissions that I would make. I'm sitting here doing the daily grind of calling people and trying to convince them to get an estimate for an in-home estimate for an energy efficient home improvement.
Oh, wow.
That is a lot harder than it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're getting people all day telling us, some not nice things. Oh. And the first thing you learn is how to take a no.
Right.
They're gonna tell you no. They're gonna hang up on you. They're gonna tell you stop bleeping calling me. And you have to be able to deal with that and still maintain a positive attitude to get the ones that you know are coming.
Oh, I was a collector for Sally Mae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, yeah. I would have had to call car members with American Express when their payments were returned, like for insufficient funds, or because sometimes if they're unidentified payments and they don't have any account number, and you're trying to search to find, and you finally find, the car member, but you don't know which account to put the payment in. They're like, well, why are you first calling me now? I go, well, because we didn't have the information we needed.
When I worked there at Sally Mae, we had they were called CT loans. And they were basically used for one of the things they were used for was, like if you were sending your kid to like someplace for tutoring, usually it costs a lot of money. So you would get a loan like that, but then they would have loans for like other things other than for college. It was
Right.
for other kind of schools. And whenever we go through this, it would tell us what school they went to. And I could not believe some they had sheep shearing school. I was like, I didn't even know that they had a school for you to go to learn how to be a car salesman. I was like,
yeah.
And then some of these, like people going to learn how to do nails and how much they spent to learn how to do nails.
Oh yeah, they spent a lot of money.
Yeah. And
totally.
I didn't even know Paul Mitchell had a university. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's actually good that they have schools that teach you how to sell, because learning how to sell is probably the most valuable experience you can have.
I can't do it.
You can't do it?
No, believe me,
Yeah, I can't either.
they tried to make me a recruiter in the military, but I couldn't do it. So
It's hard.
when it comes to, if I can't get you to join the military, I probably couldn't sell you anything either.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, at my old school, they were asking people they wanted to join the military.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that at high schools. They always do that.
Yeah,
Of
they
course.
also do it at colleges too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Because they're looking for the young fit people. That's why they go for the high schools and colleges.
Well, they go to
Now-
colleges because they're looking for people to be officers.
Yep.
Right.
People that have brains between their ears.
Well, I don't know if I would go as brains, but people who have college.
Yeah.
But what I've learned about sales is what you're doing is you are finding a need that your product can fill. And believe it or not, when you go into an interview and you're talking to a prospective boss, you, in that point in time, are selling yourself.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's
I'm
easy when you
sure-
believe in the product there.
Exactly. You can sell things that you 100% don't believe in and still make a living. Take, for example, used cars. I mean, how many of those used car salesmen believe that the rust bucket that they're selling to somebody is actually going to fit their need?
Oh.
They don't. They fake it.
Well, I mean, there's some places that are good and there's some places that are shady, but it just depends on where you go.
Exactly. So. That's why it always pays to have a friend that's in the car industry, that when you have a need for a car, they can help you to do the negotiation and get a better deal.
All right. Or you have a father who's taught you how to deal with places like that. So
I do have one free piece of advice I always give people when it comes to buying a car. Because even though I've never owned a car, I can't drive legally, one thing that I've learned from working in car dealerships is whenever you go to buy a new car, you have 3 transactions that you have to make. You never want to make all 3 transactions at the same location. What that means is your car that you're driving now, you're going to need to get rid of it so you can get the down payment for your new car. Then you have to buy the car. And then you have to arrange for financing, to pay for the car. So you're selling your old car, you're buying the new car, and then you're buying the money to buy the new car with. So what you do is this. You take your old car and you sell it yourself, or you sell it to another dealership. You go to your bank or an institution that you trust and you arrange for financing. And then you go to the dealership that you're buying the car at and you buy the car with the cashier's check that you get from the bank. Therefore, that way, the dealership you're buying the car can't leverage the deal on the trade-in or can't leverage the deal on the financing. They're stuck with just one part of the deal.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's my free bit of advice when it comes to buying a car.
Let's get to the Walt Disney only walked in Disneyland.
Yeah.
He visited Toverland up in Denmark before he built Disneyland, and Efteling in Netherlands. So you can't say it's the only theme park he's been to.
But it's the only Disney park that he's been to.
No.
Brian, are you gonna go
He had
to-
been to the site where Magic Kingdom had been built. Was built. He had been there.
Sure, but it wasn't completed.
No.
Oh, Brian, are you gonna go to check out the 100th celebration of Disneyland?
I might.
Because it's on January 27th.
Oh, then I definitely won't be able to go because my mom's birthday is the 28th, and I know I've got plans for that. So that's probably not something that I'm going to be able to do. And they're also opening Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway on the 26th.
Yes, I heard that the queue is going to be different.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's going to be.
well, you see, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Disneyland is going to be located in Toontown,
Yeah.
but Toontown isn't opening until March.
Yeah, it's
So-
so weird. Why couldn't they open Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in March? Why open on the day of the anniversary?
Because they want a big attraction for the 100th.
Oh,
So that's why they're doing that.
gotcha.
But that said, they're going to have a weird way to get to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway when it does
Yeah,
open.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people on that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably going to have to walk backstage or go under the bridge at Toontown and just kind of snake around to get to the ride. But it's going to be interesting.
I had noticed announcements for Disneyland for the 100th, Walt Disney World, and Disneyland Paris, but I have not heard anything for any of them in Asia.
Yeah, all I've heard so far is just a bit of information about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Well, Disney World
you-
is technically celebrating the 100, but only Epcot is celebrating.
Well, I mean, they're going to have stuff at Walt Disney World other than
Yeah,
just
there's
Epcot,
going to
but-
be merch and food.
No, I'm sure there's going to be more stuff. I mean, it's a whole entire 18-month celebration.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
18 months?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like the
Oh, I
50th
didn't know
was.
that.
Right, yeah, because the 50th, and that's
Yes.
going to end in March.
Yeah.
Jess, the 50th was an 18-month celebration.
And it's ending in March.
Yeah. And for the 100th, they're bringing Happily Ever After back to.
Yeah, that I heard.
Yeah.
But it's
So-
going to be in a model version.
What's going to be what?
I think
Like a modified version.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, he says Mickey's Run, but they're going to have the nighttime show, the fireworks that are going there. World of Colors going to have a change to it for the 100th there at Disneyland and Disneyland California Adventure. So, and then obviously Disneyland Paris, they've got things planned. I don't remember what it was, but they got stuff going on there. What I was surprised I hadn't heard anything from the other two, but then again, I wonder if that's because they're not exactly owned by Disney. So,
Yeah.
The other three, Tokyo.
Well, it's still the 50th anniversary Disney World, but from what I heard after that ends, I saw they have some of the 100 merch.
Yeah. But they're going to be doing stuff at Walt Disney World for the 100th as well. So
now I know that when they did the whole Disneyland 50th, because I was there for the 46th, but I know that when they did the 50th, they had this thing where they were taking attractions from each of the Disney parks and kind of moving them over to other parks. That's where Disneyland's version
Good night,
sort of
Kay.
over California
Good night,
and just over to Epcot.
right.
Um,
But I how do I want to say it? Not to get off the subject, but I have always noticed that Tokyo Disneyland seems to like to take the best from Walt Disney World and the best from Disneyland to create attractions.
mhm.
So,
And it works. It brings in guests.
oh yeah.
Now, Chris, what's your Disney goal for 2023?
Just to get to a Disney park.
Now, you're going to try to get out to California or out to
I
Florida?
don't know right now. I mean, before everything, I probably, but as of right now, it's just not something that's probably going to be done this year. So I don't even know if I'm going to get to Disney World this year. So
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Debbie? Are you planning on
I'm
going
hoping to get
Disney World?
to Disney World sometime this year. I don't know exactly when, but hopefully that's gonna take place because I definitely want it to take place. But I'm going to be going to the meetup for Pete McDevitt's in August. So
Nice.
I'm going to be meeting a whole lot of people, which I'm really excited for.
Yep. And I can promise you, you're going to get a lot of people wanting to pick you up and hoist you up over their shoulders and carry you around the room. I mean, you're small enough they can do that.
Now, I don't know if it'll be light enough, though. I'm trying to get that. That's
Good
another
night,
goal.
Catherine. Get some rest.
Good night, Kath.
Bye, Kay.
Yeah,
Go eat your goldfish.
that's my my one of my goal right now, which with the this and that group, with Shep, Dave, and Steve,
And Chris.
and Chris, yeah, and to
And
do the
Kate, Oodalali Lane.
yeah. Well, there's a whole bunch of us that are going to be doing the Get Fit Challenge.
And my Disney goal is to this year I want to meet more people in the community.
Right. Yeah,
During my trip I only got to meet Disney Nerd Herders, Mouse Talk, and Dean the Turkey Legster.
Well, you met Kelly.
Yeah, but I met her before the trip.
Doesn't matter.
I took her to Knott's Berry Farm. Now that was a blast.
Yeah.
And the last time I took her there, I actually got her on a roller coaster.
Have you not met Carla and Kiko yet?
No, not yet. I think they're up north of me.
Yeah. They've been going to what is it? California Great American.
Before that park closes down.
Yeah.
Ugh. I was so.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna happen for 10 years.
I know, but I was so disappointed when I heard about that. I'm like, oh God, I've got to lose weight so I can go on a lot of those roller coasters.
Yeah, I was actually, because of it being Cedar Fair, they'll probably transfer those to other Cedar Fair, and one of them that they had was called the Demon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if we get one, and it's an older roller coaster, Kings Island used to have a roller coaster called the Screaming Demon. And I thought it would be pretty cool if they could move that over to Kings Island and then just add Screaming to the front of it and kind of have a replacement for the old Screaming Demon roller coaster.
Yeah, the roller coasters are not my favorite thing.
Debbie.
I
don't like roller coasters that goes upside down.
I feel like I'm gonna like
Debbie,
fall out.
Debbie, we got to get you on a Raptor.
Small rides, small roller coasters. I can't.
It is a small.
I can't do the big ones because I get dizzy now lately. So
Debbie, a Raptor is so small that it only has one rail.
Oh,
I can't do roller coasters that goes upside down.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I used to be scared of going upside down myself when I was younger before I got seriously into it.
I was scared of going on Tower of Terror at first, but then when I went on it, I loved it.
Yeah, you just got to try it.
On Rock and Roller Coaster, within the first 30 seconds, you go upside down, and most people don't even notice it.
My heart was beating fast when I was about to get on Rock and Roller Coaster. This was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I ran straight to the gift shop.
Now, Chris, you know that California's Great America is going to have to split up their coasters and send them all to other parks.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're going to take the Raptor, the single rail, and send it to Knott's Berry Farm?
I have no idea. I don't really know what they're going to do with any of them. I meant that, like, they got that one that's called Flight Deck, which obviously it used to be called Top Gun because every single Cedar Fair that was also owned by Paramount, their flight deck was called Top Gun. And it seems like almost every single one of those have that ride or have a rider and name that. So I don't know what they would do with that, if they'd scrap it or if they try to sell it to someone else. But I could see, other stuff like, when I asked Kiko, I said, what's the most intense ride there? And he told me Flight Deck. And I'm like, Flight Deck? And I'm like, and then I seen Flight Deck and it was completely different. Ours used to be called Flight Deck in Kings Island. It's now called the Bat. But I could see it was completely different than the one that we had. But
the Bat is nearing its end of life, so
right. But
it's almost 30 years old.
But they had the Bat. No, the Bat. They just changed Flight Deck to the Bat like a while back ago. So there used to be a Bat at Kings Island, and it hurt people. They tore it down. They put in its place was called gosh dang, I can't think, Vortex.
Okay.
And then when they went to the flight deck and they changed the color of it and started calling it the Bat in honor of the old Bat. So that's why I thought that the demon coming to Kings Island and then calling it Screaming Demon would be a good idea too.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
But one of the things they're talking about doing is that stand-up roller coasters are starting to come back.
Oh wow.
And one of the roller coasters that used to be at Kings Island was called the King Cobra. So it looks like if standing roller coasters are making a comeback, and the only reason why they got rid of the King Cobra was because the company that made that roller coaster went bankrupt and you couldn't find the parts. So they ended up having to get rid of the roller coaster. But now that there's a comeback of stand-up roller coasters, which, if I'm right, I think they're calling them surfing coasters.
Yeah, I think B&M's got a surf coaster model.
Yeah, that they're talking about maybe they could bring back the King Cobra. So
now, Mandy has a really good question, and I can definitely answer that one for you, Mandy. What do they do for birthdays at Disneyland? You go to City Hall, you get your birthday button, and everywhere you go, you get cast members excitedly yelling, "Happy birthday, Mandy!" You know, and some restaurants will give you some kind of goodie, like a cookie or something like that.
Or a
Yeah,
cupcake.
that's basically what they do for birthdays. Yeah, back when I worked there, they used to have this whole birthday get-up over at the Plaza Inn where they would have this happy birthday song on loop for an hour where you got to create your own birthday cake or decorate your own little mini birthday cake with Patrick Edward Cake, also known as Pat E. Cake.
yeah.
Go figure, right?
See, I've gone and got one of those buttons and then put the "un" in front of the birthday.
So whenever
Yeah, it's my unbirthday.
for anybody's birthday, I'll oftentimes send them the happy birthday song on a loop because it's so annoying, but it's cute.
Now, I did just do a reaction video to the Jungle Cruise there in Disneyland.
Oh, I gotta watch that one.
Yeah, I had not. I thought I'd reacted to it before, but I hadn't. So I went and reacted to it, and man, was I surprised at the differences. I was. I mean, there's no temple like there is it. Yeah, and anything that's in the temple is on the outside. Is on the outside where it looks like there's ruins, like the tiger and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting.
I need to watch that.
But it did seem shorter for some reason to me. I don't know why it seemed shorter.
Oh yeah, and yeah, the thing I like about the Jungle Cruise in California is the cast members. Well, at least during grad night, tend to go a little more off script than they do in Florida.
Florida, I found out we did the Jungle Cruise at night for the first time. And when it starts to get nighttime, the cast members tend to start going off script as well.
I never been on a Jungle Cruise before.
Really?
Maybe I have.
Now,
the thing is about the Jungle Cruise is it can be a different ride every single time.
Depending on the cast member you get.
A different cast member is what makes that ride.
Like my favorite off script, off color joke that they would do for grad nights, and I got to hear this one on my grad night back in '91. When they're coming around to the tree that has the python in it.
Yeah.
And the cast member would say, "And up here in that tree is the python. He's the longest snake on the river. And if you want to see the second longest snake on the river, I'm off at 6."
Whoa.
I think one of the things I liked was about the snake was I heard a guy talk. He goes, I said, "Here we got the python." He goes, "People ask me, how do you know it's not a boa?" I said, "Because it doesn't have any feathers." That's what he said.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
The other one I heard was another one was, of course, the backside of water. And the girl says, she goes, the backside of water. She goes, try not to do that at home. You'll hit your head on the faucet.
Oh yeah, and yeah, the girl I had said, you'll hit your head on the faucet like I did. And yeah, it's the Jungle Cruise. If you've never done it before, it's one of those rides that is very rewritable because different cast members have different things they like to say.
Right.
So you can
when it first opened up, it was actually pretty serious when it first opened up. It wasn't the jokes. It was just, it was actually like, I meant Walt Disney wanted to have live animals, and then they explained to him that they're not going to be out during certain times because So that's when he now we did have one Jungle Cruise skipper when we got to end who tried to tell us that the animals there were real, the fake ones were over on Kilimanjaro Safari.
Oh my God.
Now we have at Disneyland something on the river that Florida does not have. Both have the riverboat, the steamboat. I think over there it's the Liberty Bell. Over here it's the Mark Twain.
Yeah.
But we have the sailing ship Columbia.
Right.
Which a lot of people refer to that as a pirate ship.
Right.
And the cast members there can have a little bit of fun when they get to the backside of the river.
I know, Mandy.
Uh-oh. Mandy, what are you doing?
It's been on my bucket list. I tried to go on Mine Train in 2018.
Now
when Happily Ever After.
Mine Train was my first ride in Magic Kingdom.
You know if their plans would have went a different way with what Disney was, it's basically a failed plan that was supposed to go on at Disneyland. I'm trying to think what the area was supposed to be called. I can't think of it, but it would be where Galaxy's Edge is now. They were supposed to put in a whole entire different area there that would go along with I'm trying to think of it. Big Thunder Mountain. And they were going to have the Hyperion airship that was from the island on top of the Top of the World movie was going to be there. It was going to be all based on a lot of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things that they were going to do was they were going to have a dock that would be there for the Columbia.
Oh, that would have been cool.
But eventually it would be permanently docked there, and they had talked about turning the Columbia into a restaurant.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
It would have been a great seafood restaurant.
Yes.
Now, there was this joke that was a story that the skipper on the Columbia would tell the guests that they had this famous sea captain. And he was the first mate on this sea captain ship. Or he was like a cabin boy on this captain ship. And every time they would go into battle, the sea captain would call to his first mate and he would say, "First mate, bring me my red jacket."
Yeah, I've heard this.
Oh, you've heard that joke?
Yes, I've heard this.
That joke is totally appropriate for not for in view of guests that are on, they're like out in Frontierland
right.
But for like the back area where you're past everything, yeah, you can get away with that because you're not getting a whole lot of guests here. You're just the ones that are on the boat.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's the joke is that if you haven't heard it,
it's a pirate captain and a cabin boy, and basically the first ship they see is a British frigate. And he says, British frigate, bring me my red shirt. And of course, it's asked, why does he need a red shirt? Well, the captain has to look like, he's indestructible. So if he gets stabbed, the blood will be covered by the red shirt. So then they go on and they come up to, I think it's some other kind of vessel.
It's like 50 ships or there are 100.
No, the next one is just another one vessel, and he calls for the red shirt again. And then all of a sudden they come out. That's when he actually explains why. And then he
Mhm.
looks out and he sees the Spanish Armada. And he says, "Bring me my brown pants." That's what he says.
So yeah, that was probably my favorite of the jokes on the Columbia.
Yeah.
But you never hear that anymore because they're just watching them way too closely now, which kind of stinks.
Yeah. So I don't know. Heaven works Jungle Cruise more often now than when she used to, and she says that there's a lot of them that aren't OG. They're telling that aren't OG jokes, is what she said.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So
Any good ones that she told you?
I mean, nothing I can tell on here. So.
Well, it technically is after hours. Just
And After Hours is back at Disney World.
oh yes, that's another cool thing. There's a Disney after hours party, or a few of them coming up for Disneyland. Like in February, they're
Yeah.
doing the parties.
Last week, there was After Hours was at Hollywood Studios, and I heard it's $124 if you go.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of money.
Well,
Debbie?
plus tax and tip, and plus you have to have a park reservation. Well, it's a separate ticket event.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you need park a reservation if you bought a ticket for
Well,
unless
yeah.
you were going to be there before the event. I mean, that would be the reason, but no, I've heard a lot of people who say that if they have like really bad anxiety around large crowds, that's one of the best events to go to if you want to enjoy the park. So
Yeah.
Oh, when I was there in October last year, it was packed.
Oh, yeah.
Jess, when in October?
I went on October 14th, 15th, 16th. I did Magic Kingdom and Epcot.
Oh, you were there around my birthday.
Oh, nice.
My birthday's
Happy
October
late
16th.
birthday.
My birthday's October 16th.
there was actually, for one of those after hours events, there was a YouTuber, and I'd watched him, and he didn't let you know that he was at an after hours event. He tried to make it sound like they were trying to stay in Magic Kingdom all night. So they were up in the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. Like they were like, it's like, come on, cast members walk through here and check. It's like, and this guy thought he was pulling off something. And this was one of the first times they had done this after hours event. So when they came down, it actually looked like the park was closed because there was hardly nobody there.
Right.
And of course they were sneaking around, and then they finally at the end let you know that it was an after hours event that they had paid for. And but of course they had titled the video "We Stay All Night at Magic," and it's like, yeah, it's like you got me.
That is just so dishonest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have a wristband in order to go, and if you're not wearing a wristband, then they kick you out.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but yeah, they tried to make you think that they hid up in the Swiss Family treehouse.
Yeah.
And if they're hiding, they just stick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You also have to have a wristband for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and for the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Right.
That Halloween party, strongly recommend it. Never
I've
done
never
it
been.
before.
I've never
Yeah.
been.
I
to one.
went there when I was little, and I
Really?
think I might go this year. I'm not 100% sure, but I really want to go.
Yeah, the not so scary Halloween party was my birthday / Christmas present from my girlfriend.
Oh, nice. I want to go to the Halloween party and the Christmas party.
Yeah.
I've been to the Christmas party a couple of times.
I
would-
never
I
been
would
to the
love to-
Christmas
I would
party.
love to
I
do
heard
Christmas
it's a
party.
lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, going from place to place and getting cookies, and it was the first time I ever had eggnog, and I found out I don't like eggnog. But
You
they
don't
also
like
had-
eggnog?
No, I don't like eggnog.
Chris!
Hey, Jess,
What?
neither do I. Every time I try it, it makes me gag.
I
I'll
do.
just-
I haven't had it in years.
No.
Okay, yeah, it's getting late. It's almost an hour. So final thoughts, Chris. What do you got planned for the coming week?
Videos. I don't
You're
know. I mean,
doing a Sandlot live stream next week.
yeah, we're
And
doing
of
a
course,
trivia on
Chris
Tuesday.
also has his top banana trivia.
Yeah, that's what we're doing is Sandlot trivia.
Yeah, I wish I could join, but I have
You're
school.
killing me,
so-
Smalls.
And then, of course, Margie and I, we took the Disney updates down to 2
Hi,
days.
Taylor.
We were doing 4 days. We took it down to 2 days because we've had a few days where we've been lacking Disney news. So, so we figure if we dropped it down to 2 days, it'll give us a little more to cover.
Yeah, great idea.
But,
But I heard recently that there was some issues about some of the boats on Small World that were looking a little bit grungy.
Oh yeah, I heard too.
and
maintenance came by, and now the boats are clean.
Well, that they're talking about, they clean the boats up. But one of the things that we talked about today was they said that after refurbishment of the submarine voyage there at Disneyland, they're already looking like they're being rusted.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I also heard that Bob Iger is gonna make an announcement about changes for Disney next time.
Yes. But
hey, it's my friend Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
Absolutely,
Taylor.
Taylor, right?
But I think he's supposed to make some announcements. I don't know if it's going to be with. There's been rumors about changes to the reservation system.
Yes, I hope they get rid of the park reservation and Genie Pass.
I don't think that
sound like they were going to get
park reservations, but they'll make it a different.
Yeah, that's what they're talking. They're talking about.
And also the park hoppers. I mean,
now,
hopping.
Who in here is in agreement with me that they should make Bob Chapek clean those Small World boats with his tongue?
Oh God!
But
I think that's a good idea.
But another thing that's been talked about is the aerial. What is it called? The one that's over at Hollywood Studios that's been closed forever.
Oh, the Little Mermaid show.
Yeah, that they probably will not be able to reopen it. They said there's like mold really bad. Now this is just a rumor, so like I said, it's just something I read, and they're saying that they wouldn't be able to redo it. They would probably have to knock the place down and rebuild. Is how bad it is what I've heard so far.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insanity.
Yeah.
And the carousel, the coffee place, it opened. It used to be a gift shop, but now it's a coffee.
Where's that at?
At the boardwalk at right by Epcot. It's called Carousel Coffee.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be. That's actually inside of one of the resorts.
They're open from 9. I mean, from 7 to 4.
Yeah, and then they're getting ready to put in a place from Indiana down there that's called the Cake Bake Shop.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and we went to the Cake Bake Shop. Me, Margie, and Haley did, and we went to the wrong one. It was in Carmel, Indiana, which, if you don't know, Carmel is like the rich part of Indiana, and we just we were looking for something that made you feel like you were at Disney. We walked in. I felt like I didn't belong, so I'm like, it's like the Grand Floridian. So,
well, there's gonna be a cake bake shop at the boardwalk.
Yeah, it's and I've seen the construction, and it's being constructed just like the one I was at Carmel,
I'm just
Indiana.
sad that the ESPN is getting replaced by the cake bake shop.
There's been rumors here that Disney's hurting so bad that they're talking. I've heard people believe that they think either Disney's going to have to sell ABC or ESPN. So I don't know how true that is.
Not ABC.
Yeah, that's. But I don't see them doing that. But
two of my favorite shows are on ABC.
So.
Two of your favorite shows are on it.
Yes, the Good Doctor and Albert Elementary.
In 5 years.
But yeah, that's, like I said, that's what people are saying. They're saying that they're losing money to the point that now, from what I understand, they're losing money everywhere except for.
The stocks are starting to go up. I heard that Disney made $62 so far.
Well, from what I heard,
I like Taylor's controversial comment.
But from what I understand, they're losing money everywhere except for at the theme parks. But then again, how can you lose money at the theme parks when you keep raising prices?
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah, I heard that they raised the prices for Florida residents.
Jess, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
In all your life's memory, have you ever heard any time Disney has lowered their prices?
I'm not sure if they did lower the prices.
But
Wait,
they gave you a
now
lot
I'm
more with it.
confused.
I think they gave you a lot more for the amount of the dollars that you're spending. Now you get less, or you have to pay more to get more. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that they're always raising prices and lowering the services, which the boats on Small World in Florida kind of show that they get some more maintenance people. We need more maintenance guys.
yeah.
I think there's a lack in employees right now there.
Right,
Even though
and that's the thing is that it's since before 2020 when all that situations have started to happen, then I think that's where unfortunately they lost their employee.
Mhm.
yeah.
They end up getting better
you know,
jobs outside the
Well,
park and realize
it's not their fault. It was technically Bob Chapek's fault.
No, it's due to whatever the situation was. So it's just hard to get
Oh.
back.
I meant the reason why Disneyland couldn't open up wasn't Bob Chapek's fault.
Right,
That
yeah,
was
it
Gavin
was the
Newsom's
situation.
fault, who wouldn't
Right,
allow him to open up.
It was the situation, and I think
mean-
it's going to take a while before we build that back up. I don't know if we'll ever build it back up to where it was before, but unfortunately, that's where we're at. It's going to have to build it back up. So
And
it's going to take a while.
I think that's the reason why you're having all the fights at the park too,
Right.
is because there's just not enough people there to man the place.
Right.
And even though they're saying that the reservation system is there to tell them how many people they need, I don't think they're running what they should be running.
No.
And
not.
I think eventually it's going to get better.
Right. It's going to get better. But it's going to take time.
Yes.
Because people still don't want to travel. People still don't want to, or they lost jobs, or people lost a lot of situations during that.
That's true, but I also think that the rise in pay, what they're making you pay for,
right?
That used to be free. People,
that's what I'm saying. That they're charging you more to get more.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
People don't have the funds.
Right. Well, I mean,
more for what they used to get.
We just seen here recently that there are people who are actually going in debt just to go to Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I am definitely one of those people. When I went to Disney World, I pretty much okay, Taylor. Don't want to get political on here, but I kind of agree with you.
We weren't getting political, but
no,
it was Gavin Newsom who decided that they couldn't open up Disneyland, is what it was. I mean, you had in Florida where Walt Disney World was down for what, 3 months, and then back up. Where how long was Disneyland down for?
A year, pretty much.
Yeah. So
yeah. Well, I actually went in debt and pretty much maxed out my credit card at Walt Disney World, and I knew that I was going to do that, and I totally agree, Taylor. I totally agree.
You have to.
I agree too. Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
But yeah, I did. Hey, Anthony, welcome in, my friend.
Yes, Anthony's getting ready for season 2 on Monday of his match game.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I am never able to join because I'm always at work.
Oh my God, okay, you have to join. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I'm still at work on Mondays at 4:00. So, but I had never been to Walt Disney World before, and so I felt that it was worth it to go into debt for Disney because I knew that I did have the means to pay it all back rather quickly.
Right.
So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So that's why hopefully
I've never been to Disneyland, but my first Disney World trip was in 2005.
Yeah, I think 2004, 2005, I think was my last time that I've been to Disney World. So
Well, I'm definitely going to be going back to Disney World. Hopefully, I can meet a few more friends over there, and hopefully, I can get
Yep.
to hang out with even some of you guys over there. That would be that'd be a blast.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And Chris, you need to come out here to California to see not only Disneyland, but I'll see if I can hook you up with some Knott's Berry Farm tickets too. Yeah. So you can go on some of California's original thrill rides.
Well, I see.
If
If I would come to Disneyland, the only ride I would not go on is the Incredicoaster.
How can you say you're not going to go on a ride before you even go there? And the Incredicoaster,
Because it goes upside down.
does it go upside down?
Jess,
What?
let me tell you from experience, the Incredicoaster or California Screamin' or whatever you want to call it, yes, it goes upside down once. Okay?
Really?
And
Once?
only once.
It's like a dark ride roller coaster.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Because you got the incredible
I was
characters all the
thinking
way
it was
through.
similar to Rock and Roller Coaster.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
It's designed to look like one of those old pier woody roller coasters.
Coney Island.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's basically the first Disney roller coaster that had a loop on the West Coast. And I'm telling you, it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. They have, when they launch you, you're launching right next to Dash.
Yes, I know. And then he goes
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2,
See,
1.
is that where Dash is? Because I never seen Dash whenever I was looking at it. I seen all the other characters. So Dash was at the beginning?
Yeah, Dash, he's running alongside when you do the launch where you see the little ditch in the water.
Okay.
That's Dash's feet.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So he's kind of the invisible character that you don't see. But one of my favorite parts is when you go up and over the big hill, you got Mr. Incredible at the end holding out the cookies, and it's throwing up the smell of chocolate chip cookies. So you're smelling chocolate chip cookies as you're going down one of the hills.
And then you got the giant Jack at the end.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's amazing.
It's so freaking cool.
Is when you're smelling those chocolate chip cookies, and then when you get off the ride and you go out the exit, you walk right by Jack's Cookie Nom Nom where they're selling chocolate chip cookies. So you smell the chocolate chip cookies and it's like, ooh, I want one of those. Yeah. And that right there is probably the best cookie you ever had at Disneyland.
Where you can get the Num Num cookie? Where at Disneyland?
You can get it at
they
right
also
outside
have
the
Num Num cookies at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
but I
that was
can't
the first
eat it
place to get
anyway
Num Num
because I can't have gluten.
You can't have them? Why not?
She said she can't have gluten.
Oh, well, they do have a gluten-free
Yeah.
cookie too. So you're good. I think they have a raspberry gluten-free cookie.
I don't know. Every time Heaven has one of those Num Num cookies, she said, "I feel like I have milk breath afterwards."
Oh yeah, totally. But that's probably one of my favorite chocolate chip cookies you ever have. You know,
it's almost more like a small cake, is what it really is like.
Yeah, it's nice and thick. The thing's like literally like this thick.
Right.
I don't think I ever had it.
And they put it in like this, like a, those Reese's cup containers. The thing is about like this big around.
Yeah. Okay,
and it's like this thick. It's a freaking cookie, It's not a little bite; it's a cookie. So if you ever get out here to California, Jess, I'm dragging you on the Incredicoaster. I promise you'll like it.
I'll give it a try.
All right. Is that a deal?
Deal.
All right.
She's like, I'm not going to Disneyland.
let's get.
It's on my bucket list.
Right.
I promise you'll enjoy it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Debbie, what are your plans for the coming week?
Coming week?
Yes.
Just doing stuff in my house, and I have a couple doctor appointments.
Oh, and tomorrow's your birthday. Happy
And tomorrow's
early
my birthday. Tomorrow's
Oh,
my
happy
birthday.
birthday.
And tomorrow,
Happy birthday.
Debbie is turning 25.
Yeah, right.
Now, Jess, what are your plans for the week? I know you've been promoting everybody on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that, and I'm just gonna get ready to go back to school on Monday next week.
Yay! Get some more
Good.
book learning in, right?
Yep. I start my spring semester on Monday.
Good.
Nice. Well, looks like we have been in here for over an hour. Oh my gosh, an hour and 10
Yeah,
minutes.
1 hour and 10 minutes.
Yep.
Holy moly. Time flies when you're having fun with friends, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank everybody in chat for coming on. I greatly appreciate it. And y'all have a blessed and magical evening. And we'll see y'all next week. Thank you for your
too.
time.
Bye, guys. Have a
Bye.
great night. Bye.
Bye.